Tank destroyers had one mission: find enemy armor and kill it first. Some were lightning-fast ambush predators. Others were armored fortresses. Today, we're revealing 40 tank destroyers that changed armored warfare forever. Let's begin. American Hunters, Speed and Firepower. M10 Wolverine. America's workhorse tank destroyer built on the reliable Sherman chassis with an open-top turret. Over 6,400 prowled battlefields from North Africa to Germany, hunting panzers with its 3-inch gun. Not the fastest or most powerful, but available in numbers when it mattered most. M18 Hellcat. The fastest tracked armored vehicle of World War II, capable of 55 miles per hour on roads. Lightly armored but lightning quick, it used hit-and-run tactics to outmaneuver heavier German tanks. Its 76mm gun and incredible speed made it the ultimate ambush predator. M36 Jackson. When 76mm guns couldn't penetrate Panthers and Tigers, America answered with 90mm Fury. Arriving in 1944, the Jackson finally gave cruise firepower to fight German heavy armor head-on. Over 2,300 were built, turning the tide in armored engagements. M3 GMC. American improvisation in North Africa, a 75mm gun mounted on a half-track. Fast, loud, and effective against Rommel's panzers in desert warfare. Minimal protection meant crews relied on speed and surprise to survive. M6 GMC. A 37mm gun bolted to a Dodge truck chassis. Lightning fast with almost no armor, it was a glass cannon relying entirely on mobility. Used primarily for reconnaissance and light anti-tank duties in North Africa. German precision, engineered killers. Jagdpanther. Arguably the finest tank destroyer ever built. Combining the Panther chassis with an 88mm PaK-43 gun and sloped armor, it was fast, lethal, and nearly invulnerable frontally. Only about 400 were produced, but they dominated wherever deployed. Jagdtiger. The heaviest armored fighting vehicle to see combat at 75 tons. Its 128mm gun could destroy any Allied tank from over 2 miles away. Mechanical failures and fuel shortages kept most from reaching battlefields, but those that fought were unstoppable. Stu-G3, Sturmgeschütz 3, Germany's most produced armored vehicle with over 10,500 built. Originally designed for infantry support, it evolved into a deadly tank destroyer. Its low profile made it perfect for ambushes, accounting for countless Soviet and Allied tanks destroyed. Ferdinand/Elephant. A 65-ton monster that debuted at Kursk with armor up to 200mm thick. Nearly invincible frontally but plagued by overheating engines and lack of machine guns for close defense. Only 91 were built, but they terrified Soviet tankers. Nashorn Rhino. Mounting the legendary 88mm gun on a hybrid Panzer III/4 chassis. Long-range sniper capable of destroying any Allied tank at extreme distances. Over 470 built served primarily on the Eastern Front with devastating effectiveness. Jagdpanzer IV. Purpose-built tank hunter using the proven Panzer IV chassis. Low profile, thick frontal armor, and powerful gun made it highly effective in defensive warfare. Over 1,500 served from 1944 until war's end. Hetzer. Small, cheap, and devastatingly effective. Its 60 degrees sloped frontal armor could bounce shells that would penetrate much larger vehicles. Over 2,800 were built, proving that clever design beats size. Czech production continued after German occupation ended. Marder II. Built on the aging Panzer II chassis with a dangerously high profile. What it lacked in protection, it made up with a gun capable of punching through Soviet armor. Stopgap design that served throughout the war. Marder III. The best of the Marder family, converting Czech 38T tanks into mobile gun platforms. Over 1,500 were produced, fielding potent 75mm guns. One of the war's most successful improvised tank destroyers. Panzerjäger. Desperation meets ingenuity, mounting a captured Czech 47mm gun on an obsolete Panzer I chassis. This improvised hunter gave German infantry their first real mobile anti-tank capability in early war. Soviet beasts. Overwhelming force. Su-85. The Soviet answer to Tigers and Panthers, mounting a high-velocity 85mm gun on the reliable T-34 chassis. It gave Red Army units the firepower needed to counter Germany's heavy tanks. over 2,600 built, stabilized Soviet armored forces. Su-100, one of the war's finest tank destroyers with a 100mm gun penetrating any German armor at combat ranges. The design was so successful it remained in service for decades after 1945. Over 4,900 built proved its excellence. Su-152, the Beast Killer, earned its nickname at Kursk. Its massive 152mm gun-fired shells so devastating they could rip turrets off Tiger tanks, sending 10 tons of steel flying through the air. Psychological weapon as much as tactical. Isu-152, built on the massive IS heavy tank chassis, combining thick armor with the devastating 152mm gun, could both dish out and withstand tremendous punishment. The ultimate Soviet assault gun and tank destroyer combination. Isu-122, mounting a 122mm gun on the IS chassis, provided excellent firepower with faster reload than the 152mm. Over 1,700 built served through Berlin. Its high explosive shells were devastating against German armor. Su-76. Crews called it the bitch for its cramped, uncomfortable layout. Despite complaints, this light assault gun became the second most produced Soviet armored vehicle with over 14,000 built. Crucial infantry support across the Eastern Front. Su-122. Originally designed for bunker busting, it discovered brutal talent for tank killing. The 122mm howitzer's massive high-explosive shells could blow turrets clean off German panzers through sheer concussive force. British ingenuity, unconventional solutions. Archer. Brilliantly unconventional, the gun faced backward, allowing it to fire and immediately drive away without turning around. Perfect ambush vehicle for the hedgerows of Normandy. Over 650 served despite its unusual configuration. Achilles. Take an American M10, add Britain's legendary 17-pounder gun, and create something truly formidable. This Anglo-American hybrid could penetrate any German tank encountered in Northwest Europe. Over 1,100 converted from standard Wolverines. M10 Achilles, 17 PDR. The improved version with better ammunition and refined 17-pounder. British crews appreciated the powerful gun that finally matched German firepower. Essential for armored operations in 1944 to 45. Churchill gun carrier. A massive, boxy vehicle mounting a 3-inch gun on the legendary Churchill chassis. Well protected but painfully slow. Only 50 were built, seeing limited service beyond invasion beaches. Avenger. Based on Cromwell cruiser tank chassis with the powerful 17-pounder gun. Its open-top turret was a weakness, but firepower made it a respected tank hunter. About 250 served in Northwest Europe. Italian efforts, brave attempts. Semovent de 75/18. Italy's most successful armored vehicle, inspired by German Stu G3, proved surprisingly effective in North Africa, giving Italian forces a genuine fighting chance. Over 260 built saw extensive combat. Semovent de 90/53. A fearsome long-range killer mounting a 90mm anti-aircraft gun. Excellent penetration and range but carried minimal ammunition. Only about 48 were built, but they were deadly when ammunition lasted. Semovent de 75/34. Longer barrel meant better armor penetration, finally giving Italian crews a fighting chance against improved Allied tanks. About 190 were built during Italy's desperate defense. Semovent de 105/25. Nicknamed Basato Dachshund for its low-slung profile, this powerful assault gun with 105mm howitzer proved formidable during the Italian campaign. About 30 were completed. Minor powers, desperate innovation. Hetzer, Czechoslovak production. After German occupation, Czech factories continued producing Hetzers. Post-war Czechoslovakia used them extensively, with production continuing until 1960s. A German design with Czech longevity. Zrínyi 2, Hungary. Hungarian assault gun featuring wide, stable hull and 105mm howitzer. Highly effective in defensive mountain warfare against Soviet forces. About 70 were produced, proving effective in Carpathian battles. Tacom T-60, Romania. Romanian ingenuity captured Soviet T-60 tanks fitted with captured Soviet 76mm guns. When caught between giants, you improvise with whatever falls into your hands. About 34 were converted. TACOM R2, Romania. Combining Czech tank chassis with captured Soviet guns created Romania's most effective tank destroyer. A mongrel vehicle born of necessity that worked better than expected. Approximately 40 were built. BT-42, Finland. Finnish improvisation at its finest. A captured Soviet BT tank crowned with a massive British 4.5-inch howitzer. Awkward and ungainly but uniquely Finnish in character. Only 18 were converted. Panzervärnsjäs M/43, Sweden. Swedish neutrality required strong defenses. This late-war tank destroyer featured excellent frontal armor and high-velocity gun. About 87 were built, ready to defend Swedish sovereignty against any threat. Save M/43, Sweden. Sweden's assault gun for infantry support, combining neutrality with preparedness. Well-designed and effective, remaining in service decades after the war. Swedish engineering excellence in 36 vehicles. Lafley W15 TCC, France. France's pre-war attempt at mobile anti-tank warfare, a lightly armored truck mounting 47mm gun. Speed and firepower couldn't compensate for vulnerability when panzers rolled west in 1940. TKSD, Poland. A Polish tankette mounting a 20mm automatic cannon. Microscopic size made it hard to hit, but crews needed nerves of steel. About 24 fought desperately during the 1939 invasion before being overwhelmed. Conclusion: tank destroyers evolved from desperate improvisations into sophisticated killing machines. They proved that specialized vehicles could defeat heavier tanks through speed, firepower, or clever tactics. This is the arsenal that hunted the hunters.